In last week's video, we spent less than a week in Kotor Montenegro. We will be back soon, played with cats and celebrated Jared's birthday on a sunset cruise in Kotor Bay and snorkeling by Yugoslavian shipwreck. We then headed to Skadar Lake, which is about a 40-minute drive from the capital of Montenegro, Podgorica. We stayed on a small remote winery ran by a local family in a rural village. Lake Skadar is shared by Montenegro and Albania. If you've been following our adventures, you'd know that not too long ago we were on Lake Ohrid, which is also a lake shared by Albania, but with the country North Macedonia. And the two are actually connected by the Drin River. Here's Lake Ohrid, and here's Lake Skadar, a bit more north. It is very hot still. It was an interesting experience getting in because there was like no one here and not a clear sign of where to go. We're still using this amazing guy that picked us up at the airport, and that came recommended for the Airbnb, and I think we're going to use him to drive us for the next 2 months. And then somebody from up there waved and came down, and I think they're managing the property, like old guy and old lady, but like super friendly. Can barely speak any English, but super friendly, and yeah, it's interesting. It's very cute. Vineyards, the housey, outside area, door. I also just broke the tap and I'm unable to close it, so I'm waiting for Jared to help me. Bedroom, very cute and old. It's very cute and like old, like everything is like rust. It's hot. Did I mention that? The woman and the man has like a little thingy upstairs where you can get like coffee and juices. Like pies and fish from the ocean, carp. And I had carp at Lake Ohrid, which was so good, fried carp. So really excited for that tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, that looks so good. Wow.
Was the wine? Yes.
Yeah.
Red vino. Vino.
Nice.
So we work on the computer. Yes, computer, and then we weekend, like now, then we just chill and relax.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Bravo, super. Bravo.
So if she doesn't see us in
We're
the week.
from Cape Town, South Africa, and in the last 3 months we've been in Ukraine, Turkey, and now Montenegro.
Macedonia.
I don't know.
Mi iz Cape Towna u Južnoj Africi. I u posljednja 3 meseca bili smo u Ukrajinskoj, Turskoj, a sada u Crnoj Gori.
Oh, super. Bravo.
A quick reminder that for every new subscriber, we feed a stray animal. So click on that subscribe button to make sure one less stray goes hungry tonight. Or, for the price of a takeaway coffee, you can buy a meal for a stray animal when visiting www.buymeacoffee.com/kinfotravels. So we're staying at this awesome little village in Montenegro with Sloba and Milo. They're like, she was born here and then she moved to Podgorica for high school and got married there to Milo. Super nice people.
And still running like the restaurant here, because it's like the aunt and uncle.
This is where they grew up. And then they stay here from April to October in the summer months. It's just so nice. You literally sit on the stoop with them. Can't speak much.
They used Google Translate like actually way more than anyone I've seen in my life. Next day, Sunday,
They were like super techno advanced with a Google Translate. Just so nice. It feels like you're on a farm. So we organized a boat tour for today, like a 2-hour boat tour on Skadar Lake, Amazon Lake. They call it the Amazon Lake, it's not the real Amazon Lake, and something else. And then at breakfast there was this older couple from Poland, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we join you." And then the place phone and stuff, and then they got the price. They're like, no, too much for 4 people. So they got the price down for us to like, we would have paid $75 for both of us. Now we're only paying $50 for both of us. Euros. And they're super cool. They've been to South Africa. They've been to like, I think 70 or 80 countries. It's so nice to be speaking to people like about like, not communism, but like those times and what it was like, and because they grew up in all of it. And like he said he wasn't allowed to learn English in school, only Russian, but she learned a bit of English in school. So they're like, oh, English is bad, but the English is like actually quite fine. But yeah, that's awesome. So we made some friends and they're very cool, and they've got a car here. So I was like, no, the people's gonna pick us all up here, and they're like, no, we drive. You come with us and car, we drive. I'm like, okay. Lake Skadar, also sometimes called Lake Skadar, Lake Skadar, Lake Skadar, I'm probably pronouncing all of that incorrectly, is the largest lake in the Balkans, between 370 and 530 square kilometers, depending on the season. In 1979, there was a catastrophic earthquake in Montenegro, which killed more than 100 people and left 100,000 people without homes. This village was severely impacted by it, and all the buildings that's abandoned today was destroyed by that earthquake.
It's very good for hotel.
Yeah.
It is actually.
Yeah, $1 million only.
Probably.
Komunizm, yeah.
Swoboda i socjalizm. Freedom and socialism.
So we're staying in this village, which is about 20 k's each way from like an ATM or from anything. Luckily it's like they have a little restaurant here, which is nice, otherwise we would have suffered with food. Came from the boat trip and it was cool. It's quite a long lake, and it's like very similar after a while, but it's very pretty. I think if you're interested in bird species, then it's something must do. But the people here is so nice. Like the lady here was like, do you need ironing done? Do you want some juice? And she brings us this really tasty, it's like, I think like iced tea, and the lady from Poland is like, there's rakia in there.
Iced tea with rakia.
Iced tea with rakia, it's delicious, so. We made it to the beach, which is where we were this morning. There's a sweaty Jared. And we thought it's a quick walk down to the beach, but sure, I'm so sweaty. People fishing, boats. Also, we haven't just been babies about the heat. Yesterday in Podgorica, basically where we are, was the hottest place in Europe that day. And at 5 p.m, not middle of the day, 5 p.m, it was 42 degrees Celsius. I don't know what it was in the middle of the day, but higher than 42.
Was sleeping.
Next week, we are still in this amazing village and go wine tasting at the largest vineyard in Europe in a single complex, inside a once secret Yugoslavian aircraft hangar, which was partially destroyed by a NATO bombing. I hope to see you next week, and thank you for watching and subscribing.